Hey guys, it's Maymay and I'm back again with this glitter paper which I love so much. And we're gonna make a meal planner, but you could make any old planner using the printables I'm gonna link for you below. I love this glitter paper so much. This is the one that you run through the printer and it works so cool. I'm gonna show you what I did. I went online, I went out to Etsy, and I found a little shop that I think is adorable. It's Miss Tina. She has the cutest little printables, and they're for planner making. So I contacted her and asked her if I could use her materials in a video, and she said, not only can you use them in a video, I'm gonna give you a set for free, and then I'm gonna give you a coupon code for your viewers. So there will be a coupon code below for you guys. Now today, I'm using, do you see that I've got the glitter paper printed for this cover? Oh, I'm in love with it. This is going to be my cover. This is going to be my back of the printer. Now, the only thing I want to, or the planner, the only thing I want to tell you is this. I chose the 7x9 option. If I were to do this again, I would get the full-size page. The reason is, I struggle with trying to print front and back on these. I couldn't figure out how to do that. So I've made a plan for that, but if I were you, I'd get the full-size page version, and then when you print, you can print front and back. I would think that would be a lot easier. So I have my covers. I also printed and cut out all of these little pieces I'm going to use. I'm going to use this belongs to. I'm going to use this little quick calendar. And here's the thing. For 2016, this is a note page. I want to make more meals at home, and I want to be more efficient with that. So I've been thinking about how can I do it. Well, she had meal planner stuff available on her site. So I have grocery list, and I want to show you. I printed some in color, and then I was like, why am I doing this in color? It's going to be inside. I don't need that. So you're going to see color and black and white throughout. But I've got grocery list here. Then my first section is meal planning, and you can see week of, and you write the meals. Now here's the other thing. Because I couldn't print on the back like I wanted to, I decided to only print like 25 pages of the meal planner, and that way on the back side that's blank, I can plan back here as well. So I can do 1 week on the front, flip it over, do a week back here, and just use this as my guide. And that way I'm still doing this in the book, but I'm not wasting any extra paper that way. Again, I suggest if you do it, get the full size. All right, so these are ready to go. We're gonna use our cinch today too. Now these little tabs are in her store as well. I have cut out shopping and meals, and I'm gonna cut out some of these plain ones, but I wanted to show you how easy it is to cut these little guys out, because you can use your paper trimmer and it makes it super easy. I'm gonna use, I think I'll use a couple of plain ones, so let me just cut away. Everything's kind of square. I know it doesn't look square because of all the patterns, but she's done a really good job of making these very square and easy to use your trimmer on, which makes your cutting out so much easier. I'm just gonna cut these two away real quick. Now then, you can see I've got my four little tab pieces here, and I'm gonna use, if you remember, I've used this before. This is the sheet sticky from Punch Place Plus. This is the one that comes on the full size sheet like this. I'm gonna use this for these tabs because it will reinforce them as well as stick them to the page. So what I'm gonna do is just come right here and peel some of this back. I'll put a link to this below too, so if you guys want to get some of it. I really love this full sheet of sticky adhesive. And if you don't have any of it, you'd love it if you got it. I'm gonna slide that under my trimmer to hold it out of the way. Now the sticky is exposed, and I'm just gonna take these little guys and I'm gonna cover them completely with the sticky on the back. Just like that, just sticking them down. And then I'll come back and cut them away with my scissors. Now if I were gonna use every single one of those tabs on the sheet that I printed out, I would just go ahead and run the adhesive on the whole sheet and not try to do them individually like this. But since I just wanted 4 little tabs from what I printed, I thought this would be quicker. So now I'm just using my Tim Holtz shears because they're non-stick. I'm just gonna run this right down the edge of those tabs. Just like that. Cut this little piece off. I'm just going to seal this back down, and I'm going to put this piece right back on this little sheet, and I'll have this for next time. I don't throw any of that away. I hoard it. I love it. If you have that Stick It product by Ken Oliver, we showed that on the show on This Crafty Life Live when he was on the show. That would work perfect here too. But now we've just made some stickers, so we can use these guys. Another product I'm going to use is this Scotch Self Seal. Now, if you have a laminating machine, you could use your laminating machine, and if you don't, you could take this to one of the office supply stores and get them to laminate for you. But I am going to do this myself. Now, if you followed the instructions, which is very, very important, on a flat surface, open the protector sheet and center your document. Now, I'm not going to center my document, and I'll tell you why. Because mine is small, I'm going to actually cut the edges away. I'll show you what I mean by that. But I'm going to go ahead and put my document right here, and then I'm going to do some cutting afterward. But the first thing you do is you peel this little piece away, this little edge. What that does is it exposes just a little bit of the laminate, okay? So now I've got just enough to stick this little guy in and hold it in place. So I'm not going all the way to the edge. If you go all the way to the edge of your laminate, then you won't give it anything to seal closed. So I'm going to come down about 1/4 of an inch from the top. And then I'm just going to line this little guy up in that bend of the laminate, okay? Now then, I can come behind here and I can remove this just like so and let that lay down flat. See how easy that is? Now we're just going to flip this piece over, and I'm going to let it lay flat as well. This is where I was telling you, if I had taken this all the way to the top, I would have nothing for that to seal closed. But so I didn't do that. I didn't want to take it all the way to the top. This is how I'm going to get that really expensive planer look, although I'm not spending a fortune to get it. Does that make sense? This is that printable glitter paper like I showed you. Now I'm going to use my paper trimmer and trim this away. I'm just going to lay this guy down. I'm going to eyeball how far out I want to do it. How far out I want to trim it. About like that. If you do the full size sheet, you won't have to do this cutting, and I think that'll look better. So if you get printables from her shop and you use the full size, this part is just a step you won't have to do. But see, now I have a nice laminated cover for my meal planner book. I'm going to do this one more time for the back cover. So I'm going to peel away this little strip first. I love these laminating sheets. They are my fave. But again, if you have a laminating machine, you don't have to worry about this. I'm going to come down 1/4 of an inch from the top. And I don't have this one closed down as tight. Get that nice and sealed in there. Lift this little guy up and peel it back. This is also a printable from Miss Tina's. I think they are so cute. Love it. I looked for some laminate that was really close in size to this, and I didn't have any luck finding any exactly the size of the 7x9. You might be able to find some in your store, but my Walmart didn't have it, so that's why I went with this one. And I'm having to cut mine down. So now I have a front and a back. Isn't that nice? And it's gonna feel like one of those nice, expensive planners, but it's not gonna cost me a fortune. Now I'm gonna use my Cinch machine to close this up because I want it to look nice and clean and professional. And I'm gonna use the little, I think they're called C-rings or O-rings that come made especially for the Cinch. These are 3/4 of an inch. So if a lot of people ask me sometimes how big this one is. This is the 3/4 inch binding circle. And let me tell you how to use this guy. The first thing I want to do are these covers. Now I know they'll want the front covered this way and the back cover will be this way, and I'll put them on top of each other. So I can go ahead with these laying this way. Remember, make sure your back is like it's supposed to be. I can put these into the machine. I'll show you what we'll do here. Now I want the holes to go all the way down my planner. So I've just put the planner in flush at the bottom, and I'm just going to poke the holes right here to start. So as you can see, I have holes running all the way across the side here, but not at the top. The whole cinch does not fit in the machine at one time. So now as you can see, I've run holes all the way down, except I'm a little shy right here. I want to show you how I've been getting my holes lined up, okay? On the side of the cinch, I'm going to pick it up and show you. There's this little lever right here that pushes down, okay? You put the laminate in and you poke this into the last hole. If you have this where it should be and your laminate stuck to the edge of this little paper guide, then you know your holes will come out in the right spot. So let me show you. I want to have one more hole here at the end, okay? So I'm gonna line this up roughly where that would be, and then I'm gonna take this little lever that I showed you and I'm gonna move the laminate until I can poke that little piece into that hole. See that? So now I know I'm gonna be in the right spot. Make sure my laminate's in good and pull. Release that little lever and now that hole is in the perfect spot. So use that little lever to your advantage. I wasn't doing anything special on this. I was just running holes all the way down, so we're in good shape. So now I want to do the pages for the inside. You're going to find the center of your pages. There's a little center mark right here. You'll move this little dial until it matches up to the center point of whatever length your pages are. I've already set mine, but you can imagine if you have a 10-inch piece of paper, then 5 inches would be the center and you line that up. Then your little lip out here is the right size for your page. So now I'm going to take these little pages and put them in to where I have it set, and I'm going to poke holes. Now I'm going to slide this little bar out and connect that little lever again to my last hole and poke again. Lift that lever up and I'm going to look at it and see if I need one more hole. I do. I need one more, so I'm going to slide this out one more time. Move to the next hole using that little slide in down here as my guide. Poke it again. So now as you can see, I've got holes all the way down this side, but we need to do this side. And I'm going to do it the same way, but I'm going to flip the page over, put it into the machine about where I want that last hole to be, and then line this guy up down here so I know I'm in the right spot. I want to encourage you to play with your cinch machine and discover where you need to poke your holes. Play with some scrap paper and you'll get the feel for how this little guy works. All right, so I got almost all of them done, but I need one more. So I'm gonna slide this down, put this in, lock that little lever in place, poke one more time. And now I've got that hole all the way down. It's a little close to the edge, but that's my measurement that is the issue. Now it's time to put the covers and the back on. Now this is that O-ring we're gonna seal this all together with, and I need 18 prongs, so I'm gonna count that. So this is where I need to cut this away, and I'm just gonna use my Tim Holtz shears. You could use wire cutters, but these work just fine. So I've snipped that away at 18. Now I wanna show you this. On the side of your cinch machine, which is super hard to see, I wish this was easier for you to see, there are these little like grippies. You're gonna slip these little prongs in and let this hold your binding rings. It will hold it there in place so that you can bring your book over and put it all together. Now first I have to show you this. You've got your pages, okay, and then your cover. Now when you put this together, there's a piece that you want to be hidden. You want the seal to be hidden inside the book. So in order to do that, you're gonna take your back cover. Okay, this is the back, and you're gonna flip it upside down on the front cover. And I promise this will make sense as you do this later when you're messing with it. I'm gonna put all these onto the little rings real quick, all these pages. This little holder comes in handy for that, because see how that just lays there? Okay, so again, front cover goes on like normal, just like that. The back cover, we're gonna flip over and put on top of the front cover. This will make sense in a second. Now we're all in there, okay? Lift this off, and I'm gonna turn this around. Now you wanna set your dial to the right size for yours. And I have mine set, actually mine are 7/8, sorry, I thought they were 3/4, but that says 7/8, and it's set from the last time I used them, so I'm not gonna change that. All right, and then you just put this inside so that those O-rings are flat up against the machine, up against your cinch. And you're just going to press down on the handle. Now this little guy will do all the closing for you. You just have to press, okay? Now we still have some open on the end. See how these are still open here? See if I can turn it where you can see that. We're gonna put those inside and do the same thing, just press again. Now because you have this set to the right size, it'll close just right. The reason you do your cover that funny way that I showed you, this is where your rings come together, and if you do that the correct way, then this area will be hidden inside the book, okay? So pretty cool, huh? You won't be able to see that sticking out. Now look at this. This looks like one of those nice meal planners you would spend a whole lot of money on, right? With the little laminated cover and the laminated back, and now we can put these tabs in. So I have my little tabs, and let me flip to the pages. So this one is meals. I think I had one. Yep, I have one that says meals. So I'm just going to peel the back off of that where we created a sticker. Now I'm going to put this one at the top. and you're just going to let the word meals hang off. And then pick that page up and just fold this around on itself. That makes it super duper easy. The other thing is that adhesive is going to make that sturdy. All right, and now I've got shopping. Let me see where the rest of them are. I don't, but now I've got my tabs in. And so now I've got my meal planner all made, and I did it with stuff in my craft room. The only thing I had to go purchase was the laminate because I didn't have any of that. But I did have the rings for the cinch, and I did have the paper and the cardstock already in my stash. And remember, I used that glitter paper. Can you see the glitter? Maybe not with the glare from the laminate. I can see it. I really like it. It's my meal planner for 2016. Now, if you're interested in making a planner of any sort for yourself, head over and check out Miss Tina's stuff. It is really, really cool. And you can pick multiple covers. She's got like 7 or 8 or maybe even more covers to choose from, and backs, and the kind of stuff you put on the inside. You can really customize it totally for what you're looking for. Now, she's giving you guys a code of 50% off her printables from now till the end of February, so February 29th. All the details will be below, including the coupon code you need to take advantage of that. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope the cinch was not too intimidating. Maybe we should do just a tutorial on just the cinch. Let me know if you want a tutorial on just how to use your cinch, which works a lot like your bind it all too, if you have that, pretty similar. Now, if you don't have a cinch and you still want to make one of these, no worries. You can always use the rings and just clip rings in here, or even add this to a 3-ring binder and put the covers into the slots. Wouldn't that be cute? All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you on Friday for more fun, crafty videos. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.